We're going to do a spiritual empowerment from A to Z. So let's begin. Relax your entire body, beginning with your breathing, shoulders, every joint of your body. Thank you. Relax the shoulders, the traps, down the arms, elbows, wrists, all the joints in your fingers. Thank you. Feel a soft presence fall down your body. You become more and more quiet. Thank you. Feel the lower abdominal muscles expanding and retracting with every inhalation. See what I'm saying? Go down and just feel them for a moment. Lower abdominal muscles expanding and retracting with each inhalation and exhalation. Thank you. I'm going to count down from 100 to 90, at which point we're going to be completely calm, quiet. And from somewhere above our life, we're going to look at ourselves through our soul, which is in heaven now. 1,000,000,000,000%. We're more delicate and pure and infinitely kind and well-intended than anyone could ever dream, which is the reason for all of our trauma in this infinitesimal speck of existence called planet Earth, the world, whatever, the material world, which is traditionally called the illusion, Maya in Sanskrit, right? Not that we don't experience all the tragedy of the whole world, because we who are spiritual contain it all every moment. That's the idea of a bodhisattva, someone who won't let go of this until it's all gone. Saying it's an illusion to someone who's in prison being beaten, it's a sad state of affairs unless you're completely pure and aware of that is. Okay? So as we count that from 100 to 90, we're going to realize the enormous act of heroism it's been for a pure soul from heaven to appear in the midst of this madness and entertain all of the madness, because we're 1,000 times more simplistic and pure and kind than we can imagine other people being, because they're so complex in their thinking, their emotions, their intentions, most of all. Our intentions is to purify. One intention is to purify the land, the sea, and the air. Understood? Feel your chest expanding, relaxing. Inhalation, exhalation. You'll learn to breathe through your nose. And it doesn't really matter about the breathing or the technique, because we're in the Pure Land now. It's a consciousness. It's transcendent of the world. And the only expertise we have to gain is in realizing that we dropped in here of our own volition. And we take on all the guilt and remorse of the whole world more than others feel, because we're not going to let go of it until every decent, kind, intelligent, purely intended heart and soul are free of the madness, right? And at the end of that, as I'll discuss a little while into this, we have a power, unimaginable, just a perfect power from God. It's our gift. So we will end all all the madness at the end of this, okay? We're going to count back from 100 to 90, at which point we're going to be completely at ease. And we relax into the knowing that we're guilty without wanting to be and innocent without knowing, as Goethe said. We allow this thing to entrap us so we can walk through it and then help others walk out of it. Again, the pain of it is not ours. We accept it totally, and we understand how confused everyone is. But we're here to find those that are innocent and walk out with them, right? And understand that you accept the conditioning of being here at birth, so you're guilty without wanting to be and innocent without knowing. In other words, none of the entrapment of the world is ours. You're not guilty. It's original innocence, not original sin. But sin, all that meant in the original scripture was separation from God. It didn't mean sin. You're a sinner with that rough emotion. All the emotions of a spiritual soul are completely quiet. Inside our mind, our thought, our emotions, we're completely quiet. And whenever we instruct, teach, share this empowerment with our friends, we're going to be completely quiet, calm, and feel God's eyes looking out from us. It's a simple purity that God gives us every moment, forever. And then it gets 1,000,000,000 times more pure. But while we're here, we're utterly quiet. We're not reacting to, we're not adding to, or subtracting to anything. We're simply present for the other person as we walk them out of the madness, out of the raging fires of disbelief and faithlessness. We're looking for those few, those 100, those 2,000. So when we sit quietly and we generate this empowerment, whether we do it to a wonderful friend we find or know, or someone in our family, we're completely non-compos mentis in a sense. We're not even here. That's a funny way of saying it, but it is the truth. And that's why it's so hard for us to relate to anyone, because we're no one. We're not here. We're nothing. Nothing in the most pure sense that a dreamer can dream. Perfect quietude. We're going to count down 9 now from 100 to 90, at which point we'll be completely quiet, and we will have revisited in moments, years of our life, and let go of the trauma, the tragedy, and see how it got us here. And the whole point was to learn how tragic and horrible this place is, and all the details of it, this dark force that generates it. We're going to look right through it, and then we can reach out and pull our friends and loved ones into our heart, into that. Thank you. Complete peace and knowing at 90. 100. 99. We're letting go of everything back to our original nature. Thank you. And for the rest of your life, when you do this, you don't need to count. You know, it'll just be within you, and we're all a little different. You'll decide how you're going to do it. But when you find a decent person and you practice these techniques, your life will begin anew. You'll identify totally with God, and at points during your working with people, you'll be God. There's no fanciful way of saying it. It just is. And that's how simple life really is when we move away from the madness. Thank you. 97. 96. 95. 94. 93. When you're in this condition, you know not to react, to relate to anything. You're here for your friend that is there. They are a friend of God, and God's empowering them. So it's not about you at all. You are completely quiet inside, and you can deal with all kinds of exterior noises and circumstances, and first of all, you make the environment safe. When I have people over for the last 60 years at my place or whatever, or when we were in a friendly atmosphere, or last night I went to the local joint and saw my buddies in construction, and slapped around each other's arms and all. We're all, hey, it's just, they were on the way home from work, they stopped in the Harry's Hofbrau to have a beer on the way home and let go of all the tension of the day, and all the ones with pure hearts, my buddy Eric and all, were like, looked at each other, let go of it all, and he goes back to his family, I go back to my work, and all is well. So when you have a friend or two in your life that is truly spiritual in their heart and soul, you'll understand what's being said. And we all do, and we can let go of all the madness because they're not entrapped. They have this quiet within them. You are the quiet. That's your identity. Become steadfast in that, and then you'll look for friends here and there, and as you're teaching them, you'll realize how much you really understand, and that God directly will move through you. And that's a thrill beyond everything else, and everything else becomes boring, silly, insipid, useless. Before Him, the only God, and you, His most prized friend. You are the friend of God. Let go of the guilt and remorse, although you always take responsibility for everything, because that's our job, and find a way to lift the decent out from the morass. At 90, complete freedom. 93. 92. Just the breathing. 91. You are the goodness of eternity in a hell, and you'll free many, many from the madness. That's your destiny. You are destiny. There's nothing wrong with you, there's everything right with you. We realize we took this on, this material body, which is the entirety of the mistake in consciousness. We're going to go now from 90 to 80. We'll lower our pulse even further. Become a little more powerful in the sense of divine peace, and understand we have the ability to end all the madness. That's why we're here. That's our singular purpose. We're purpose driven. You know what's being said. At 80, we're 3 months in the future after having practiced some different empowerment, finding a friend here or there. They'll be led to you, you'll be led to them. They can be a family member, a lover, someone at work, anyone. It'll happen here and there for moments, for minutes, for hours. You're the teacher. And the teaching is humility before God. And knowing this first, that God is infinitely humble before us. So when you have these visitations, these realizations, these enormous moments with God, all this will make sense. First of all, to know you are not guilty. You've been set up in every circumstance when you're with the wrong lover, the wrong this, you said the wrong thing, you said the right thing to the wrong person, whatever. It'll go up in a flash when you see what's being said, and the whole idea of there being a physical body, the Garden of Eden, that's what it's about. The apple and the bodies, there is no physical body, there's just the etheric double, the light body. That's who we are. We're made of light and kindness and truth. After having practiced some of these empowerment techniques, however we choose to do, and they'll come to us, we'll be ready to live a life of singular purpose. Thank you. We're there at 80, 90. Just the breathing. 89. Everything is relaxed. We become lighter and lighter. Eventually we'll feel as though we are light, cloud-like presence. All of us are truly spiritual, have experiences all through our life, and yet we get trashed even more than the average person because this thing, it's here to trash you, to make you a body and to be concerned about something. There's nothing to be concerned about. All this will unravel within you as it has been throughout your life, right? Nothing's being said that isn't new, that's new to you. 3 months from now, we wake up one sunny morning and all is well. We know why we're here. To teach, to care, to love, to embrace, to heal our loved ones. It's not about us anymore. And the dark force will make it about us, and we won't care, will we? We're there at 80. 87. Just the breathing. 86. 85. 84. All will be well. You will fulfill your spiritual destiny. That's written in golden letters across heaven. You're heaven's hero in the world. You may appear to be here to others, but you never were. You never could be. How pure you are, how kind and well-intended. You're not like the mad ones out there. There's nothing riotous or drunken about you or fearful or mean. You're not cold-hearted, you're simply present. You are a divine warmth. Your light will darken the place. '85, 84. We wake up one morning 3 months from now, and after having practiced some of these empowerment techniques, as we've done all through our life, unconsciously but consciously, and now we'll take a last step into it, so that we know that we know that we know that we know that you are His, not theirs. Thank you. 83. Just the quiet. You are the quiet breath of eternity. 82. 81. Just the quiet. 80. Thank you very much. Everything will come to you, through you, from God directly. It has been all your life. And with this empowerment session, hopefully you'll be coming through a little more powerfully and purposely. You're not a normal person. The dark side, this thing called the devil evil, has been working on you 100 times worse than the creepy people. It has to keep you down to exist. And as soon as you accept the total empowerment that you're God's light in a darkened world, there are no questions, no answers. And you'll be God's instrument as you were born to be. Imagine how wonderful you are to the holy ones in heaven, those we call angels, which might be a mom who passed, or a loved one, or a child, or the holy ones. I've known a few, haven't you? Bring them into your prayer room. And in your aloneness, you'll heal the world. Just the breathing, kindness, wisdom. Most of all, believe in you this. Your heart is God. It's not said lightly, not poetic. It's for real. And you'll have what me and my buddies have here. I'll go near our family. You understand? So when the dark one is all over you, that's when you'll shine. You've got my friend Mama Bear here looking right here. Jessica, don't go near her boy. You understand? We're overseeing the innocent ones. I could say on God's behalf, but we're literally God's fingertips and heart and soul in the world to end the madness. That's the meaning of this time, our time. It's your time. Accept nothing else in your consciousness. You're good, you're true, you're pure, you're well-intended, and nothing's going to stop you, and you're going to clear up all of it. And I'm showing the strong side at the other end of it to let you know there are gifts and powers that will happen. It will come through divine grace through you, and you understand what was just said. It's not a street fight. It's a knowing of the one God, whose friend and voice you are. You've never been and you'll never be less than that. Use that voice from your heart well. Take care of those you love and believe in. And be forever free. You're the teacher, the instrument, the healer. You're the knower and the known. God bless your future spiritual destiny as you dismantle the entirety of the negative consciousness of what seems to be a world system, which is simply a fragment in time. You are the instrument. Teach, preach, care, love, heal. And eventually the total knowing of your power will stand at the last day, at the last moment of time, and look at the devil in the eye, and we're not giving it anything, it'll go up. So we let go of all the temptations, all the fears, all the wants, needs, desires, boom, and that's your weapon. a pure heart. You know that. God knows that. Thank you for listening. Thank you.